Ozi vizimrat yam vayehili lishuam. Ozi vizimrat yam vayehili lishuam. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Oh, you can do better than that. Shabbat Shalom. That's it, because we need as much energy out there as we have right here on the bima. And they are energized and so ready to lead you in worship and read from the Torah. And what a joy it is to welcome all of you to our Shabbat morning service, at which time Shelby and Ari and Bryce will be called to the Torah as B'nai Mitzvah. We very much look forward to your full participation in our service. That means whenever we are reading English or chanting the Hebrew, you can follow along in the prayer book. It is the Mishkan Tefillah. They should be right in front of you or in the front row. They're right under your seats. And even if you are unfamiliar with our service, you can follow along because there is transliteration. So we would ask you, we would love to hear your voices. Now, the very first thing that's going to take place during our service, so that all three can take their place here on the bima, is that they are going to be enwrapped in their talit, their prayer shawl. The prayer shawl marks a young man or woman as reaching the age of B'nai Mitzvah, because you can only enwrap yourself in a talit once you reach that age. What makes it a religious garment, as opposed to just a beautiful garment, are the four corners. On each corner are strings known as tzitzit, and they are tied some 613 times to represent the 613 commandments. Shelby, Ari, and Bryce have each memorized a certain number of commandments, adding up to 613. You'll have to ask them which ones they know. But meanwhile, it is a pleasure to welcome forward our B'nai Mitzvah to take their places and to bring forward very special talesim, which are gifts from their Nani and Papi, and Nanny and Pa. It's a pleasure to welcome forward to present Shelby's talit, Karen and Bill. Ari is Joan and Leon, and Bryce is Joan and Mill. You know what? We're going to send Ari down and sing with Bill right here. Yeah, they'll come. Yeah, you will. Oh, then you go. No, here, but put it right there with him. Yeah, the two of you. Yeah. Okay. Right here. I'm assuming Bryce. You go your whenever you want. You want me to stay down here too? No, whenever's comfortable. Go down there. Okay. Please enwrap them all right now. We'll put them around their shoulders. How beautiful. Oh, they're gorgeous. And each knows the blessing, and we'll repeat it together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehit atef b'tzitzit. Amen. Amen. Mazel tov. Everybody gets hugs and kisses. All three of you right here.
Should I go?
No, wait till they say.
Okay. Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all of those joining us over our live webcast. In preparation for our service,
Please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones to the off position. We have worked long and hard to reach this day, and we are grateful for your presence. We hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before us, we have prepared to take our place as B'nai Mitzvah. Today we will participate in our first adult Jewish life cycle event. We are now committed to the mitzvah and teaching us of our traditions. We pray that we may always understand our responsibilities as Jews, to show love to our family, kindness to the world around us, and maintain a connection with our people and her land of Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu v'chianu v'higyanu l'zman hazeh.
Amen. Stay right here.
Our service continues with the chanting of Ma Tovu, page 290 in your Mishkan Tefillah. Ma Tovu ahai lecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma Tovu ahai lecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Yisrael.
We are on page 293 as we continue with the morning blessings. It's traditional after each blessing to answer with an Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvah, commanding us to engage the words of Torah.
Amen.
Adonai, our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and to the house of Israel, your people, and that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah, to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed Torah, le'amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Amen. We turn now to page 312, and I'd ask you to rise, please. Awesome. Awesome.
Yitgdol v'yitgdash miraba Be'alma divrach Yeruti v'yamlich malchuti B'chai yichonu v'yamechon Uv'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael
Bagala, uvisman karim, vimru, amen. Yehish mirava mivorak, leolam ulol vegal maya, yitvarach, yitvarach, veishtapach, vitvar, vitrama, vitnasim, vitador, vitale, vitalal, shmit kudeshabrichu, le'el min komer chata v'shirata. Tush v'chayt v'nechem hata, da'amiram v'yalma, v'yimeru, Baruchu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamivorach le'olam va'ed.
We are on page 317, and we're going to read the paragraphs responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha-boher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Amen.
Page 318, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We are on page 319, as the three will continue with the Via Hafta.
V'ahavta ei Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzvavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am v'shivitecha v'vatecha u'vlechtecha v'derek u'shekbecha u'vkumecha u'shartam la'ot al yedecha v'hayu litetafot be'ein enecha u'vtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha Liman tiskaru vayistem et kol mitzvotai v'hayi tem kodoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeit etchem meretz mitzrayim le'yot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 321.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of our world's redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi chamocha vayim Adonai, mi chamocha v'dor b'kodesh. Norot hilot ha'usefela, norot hilot ha'usefela. Shira chadasha shivku Yehudim, l'shimcha, l'shimcha al sfat hayam. Yachad kulam, kulam hodu, hodu v'imdichu v'amru. Yapapa bim bim bam, yapapa bim bam, yapapa bim bim bam, yapapa bim bam. Ay 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 ay, yapapa bim bam. Adonai imloch leolam va'ed.
We turn now to page 323 for Tefillah. I would ask you to rise and remain standing through its entirety. Please rise and just listen.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagite ilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avod V'Imahot U'Mevin Geula Livnei V'Nehem L'Man Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Izrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai B'chayei HaKol Atarov L'Hoshia Morit Atah Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed B'chayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim U'Maitir Asurim U'Mkayim Emunato L'Ishin Yafar B'chamocha Ba'al Gevurot U'Mito Melach Melech Memit U'Mechayeh U'Matzmiach Yeshua V'Ne'mata L'Chayot HaKol Baruch Atah Adonai B'chayei HaKol.
We are on page 326, and I'd ask you to please remain standing.
נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשם הרום, ככתוב על יד אביך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישביענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. עונה אדוני Lidor Adonai, Halleluja. Lidor Adonai gid godlecha, ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Page 328.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your lips. Proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
To those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness, for being pleased with the seventh day. You hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation.
The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness and time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Please be seated.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others.
Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us.
Give us patience, enough to not become discouraged, hope, enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith, enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha be'yirah na'avod.
Amen. We continue with Sim Shalom on the top of page 334.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Yalla la 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 la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la, yalla la, yalla la. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha.
Please turn to page 336 and let's read together. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer, ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray from us with the next seat from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And indeed, we have reached that time in our service where we pause from the written word and instead give our attention to the thoughts of our hearts, our minds, and our spirits. On Shabbat particularly, it is a time to say thank you, because we learn in Jewish tradition that even God deserves the day off, so there are no petitions on Shabbat, just gratitude and thanks. There's no bargaining, there's no begging, there's no asking. There's just gratitude to be offered. And I think all of us would agree that these three young people sitting before us give us a great deal of gratitude. Number one, for the blessing of good health and well-being. Number two, for the ability to bring us all together in celebration. And number three, to appreciate the energy that they bring, the inspiration that they bring, and the focus of coming to this place of B'nai Mitzvah together. It is a blessing not only for them and you and family, but for we as a congregation. And so we pause for a few moments in gratitude for all our blessings.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one.
The highlight of any Shabbat service is when we take the Torah from the ark, pass it generation to generation, and then allow Shelby, Ari, and Bryce to carry the Torah throughout the congregation, not only to say hello and Shabbat Shalom, but more importantly, to be able to show that they too have clearly accepted the strength of what Torah has to offer and all of its teachings. And so to open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward cousins Ethan, David, Cami, Marissa, and Eli. And in order to pass the Torah generation to generation, I welcome forward our three B'nai Mitzvah, together with their parents and grandparents. And would you rise, please?
Ki mitzion titzei Torah, ki mitzion titzei Torah, udivar Adonai mirushalayim, baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, baruch shenatan
Well, you may all be seated. Once again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome you here to Temple Har Shalom. I realize we have many guests who perhaps are visiting us for the first time. And it is a tradition here that we come down into the congregation in order to talk about the Torah portion, but I would say more importantly, to give our B'nai Mitzvah a few minutes to catch their breath after that long walk and saying hello to everyone. It also gives them a minute to look out and appreciate all of you who have traveled so near and so far to be here today. And it gives me a moment to just reflect on the meaning of what it is like to have the three of them on the bema together with the cantor and I. Number one, I have to tell you, we are having a lot of fun. Number two, we are exhausted. And number three, we are so grateful that truthfully, Ari, Bryce, and Shelby are a triple header today. And indeed, each one of them, I can assure you, will be hitting a grand slam. They are a unique team, the Rosen team. Though I know that they support different teams in their lives, I realize that we have a divided family, but on Shabbat, we concentrate on Shalom Bayit, keeping peace in the home, which I noticed Karen did that so beautifully, particularly with your multicolored kippot. Not one team or another. Just all the beautiful colors of the rainbow coming together. In truth, did you do that for the 50th anniversary of Woodstock? I can tell where she was or what she remembers, but it's wonderful to look out and see all the beautiful colors. But more importantly, when I talk about this team that is in front of you, For the three of you, I want to say you are each member of the most important team I can imagine, and that is the team of your family, your community, and your congregation. Each one of them is going to share a message and becomes a wonderful teacher in talking about their Torah portion, which is a very famous one known as Naso, because it contains the priestly benediction. Indeed, it contains the three blessings that a parent says upon a child each and every Shabbat, upon the time they are born, on this great occasion, and at every happy Jewish occasion in their lives. And it signifies the blessings that we hope for each of them. But indeed, as they are a team, they are also unique individuals, and each brings with them their own talents and specialties and wants and desires. And the fact that they can come together today as one reminds all of us that each of us as individuals has the ability to come together with mutual respect most of the time, without arguments most of the time, and in agreement, well, most of the time. But they are truly enacting what is the most important aspect of Jewish life, and that is mutual support, no matter what the situation. You started supporting each other, well, when you were each very, very little, knowing that throughout your lives, each of you was going to need special attention and comfort and care and support. And boy, you three have done that like no others that we know. Indeed, that carries on because it comes from your parents. They are regulars here at the congregation, particularly your dad, who I always looked forward to seeing every Sunday morning and always greeted me and all of us with a smile and joy and the excitement of what was about to come. And now the day is here, and we can hardly believe it. So take a deep breath, appreciate it, relax, and now we're going to hear from those very precious words of Naso from Team Rosen. And before Shelby chants the first Aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome up her parents, Karen and Bill, who are going to do the Aliyah blessing.
Baruchu, right? Yes, go. Baruchu es Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vadaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. Daber El Aaron. Va'el Banav Lemor. Ko Tavrahu et Bnei Yisrael. Amor Lachem. Yevarechecha Adonai V'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha V'yihuneka. Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem Lacha Shalom. V'samu et Shmi al Bnei Yisrael Va'ani Avarachim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam natan b'tzokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. As Ari is now called forward to the Torah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward his grandparents, Joan and Leon.
Oh, John and Lynn, but you're going to be next.
You're in the deck circle.
So get him in the on deck circle. Yeah. Just start wheeling him up.
Absolutely, come on up.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'nanu mikol amim v'nasa lanu es Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayehi v'yom kalot Moshe lehakim et hamishkan vayimshach oto vaykadesh oto ve'eko kelav ve'amizbeach ve'eko kelav vayimshachim vaykadesh otam vayagrivu nesiyeh Yisrael Rashi Beit Avutam Heim Nesiyeh Hamatot Hey, Mahomdim, Al Hapagodim.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nasa lanu Torah emes v'chayei olam notav v'sochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen. Beautiful. Mazel tov. Come join us over here.
They can? Absolutely. That's fine. Leon, come back on this side. Yes. Come over here.
Go ahead, Elvis, and I'll get you ready. Okay? Yes, come on. I'll get you,
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Baruch Adonai Olam for Leolam Va'ed Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Olam Asher Baruch Mikol Amim Mesulam Torah Emes Baruch Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayaviu ekarbanam lifnei Adonai shesh agotzav ushnei asar bakar agala ashnei hantiim v'shor le'ehad vayagrivu otam lifnei hamishkan vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher Baruch Nosein Torah Emes v'chayei olam notav v'sochenu Baruch Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen. Beautiful. Mazel tov. Give them all a hug. Give them all a hug. Thank you very much. Mazel tov. Thank you very much. All right, one moment. There's so many people. Yeah, do it.
Ta'amud Chana Habat Mitzvah Lichvod HaTorah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'nata lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Kach meitam v'chayu la'avod et avodat ohel moed v'natata otam el havim ish kefi avodato v'yikal Moshe et ha'agalot v'et arba'at habakar v'tain otam el havim et shtei ha'agalot v'et arba'at habakar Natan Livnei Gershon Kefi Avododatam. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Stay right here. Come on over.
Ya'amud Ari lichvod B'habar mitzvah lichvod haTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol halamim v'nata lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. V'it arba hagalot v'it shomanat habakar natan livnei Mary kefi avodatam b'yad Itamar ben Aharon hakohen v'livnei kehat lonatan ke'avodat hakodesh aleihem b'katif Yisa'u v'yakrivu hanisim et chanukat hamizbeach b'yom himashach oto v'yakrivu hanisim et karbarnam livnei hamizbeach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay, Brian. Is there a keyboard or something to close it? Other side. Is there a keyboard? I don't know.
Ya'amud Adam ben Zamen Levo v'Lea Rachel lichvod haTorah habar mitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'nata lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe nasi ehad le'yom nasi ehad le'yom yakrivu et karbanam lahanevukat hamizbeach vayahi hamagriv bayom harishon et karbanam nakshon ben Aminadab limite Yehuda. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mazel tov, sweetie. Stay right here with your brother. Sister. And it is the mitzvah of the parents to bless their children once they have completed their reading of Torah. Come over here.
Shabbat Shalom. Ari and Bryce, you two clean up pretty nicely. Shelby, you're always cleaned up. Good morning and welcome. It's so wonderful to see our friends and family from all aspects and phases of our lives gathered in one place. For those of you who have never been to a bar, bat, or b'nai mitzvah, as the rabbi mentioned, this is an unusual configuration. Usually it's one at a time. As you're probably aware, there's 15 months between Shelby and the boys, and I always joked about doing the three of them together. Well, when it came time to pick the date, the rabbi and the cantor said, absolutely. But after spending 7 months with them, I don't know whether they think that's a wise decision. I'd say they have the patience of saints, but that's probably not a good analogy in this venue. Rabbi Kaplan, Rabbi Randy, and Cantor Berman, thank you so much for your inspiration, your guidance, and wisdom over the past 7 months, and for cracking the whip when necessary. With the small age gap between them, it's almost like having triplets. We knew the twins were identical, but chose not to find out which. Karen was on bed rest for the last couple of months of the pregnancy, and we had the same tech twice a week doing ultrasounds, and never mentioned gender, always baby A, baby B. Thus, Ari and Bryce, and Ari is not named after Ari Gold from Entourage, and Bryce is not named after the canyon. And I was convinced, though, they were going to be girls. And Shelb, I love you to pieces. After all, you are my favorite daughter. But if I had three of you with two little minions and proteges running around after you, I'd have no hair left. I'd have no bathroom space, and I'd probably have no Mets fans in the hospital. And it's really that much more meaningful to see the three of them up here together with all the challenges that Bryce has gone through. To see him up here, you never know there's anything wrong with him. Or not that there's anything wrong with him. But what he's been through, except when he lifts his shirt up and shows off the scars. Not now, though. I'm so proud of what the three of you have accomplished so far today and the amazing young adults you've become. Ari and Bryce, you have your unique twin bond going back to the days where you used to share the pack and play and would suck each other's thumbs. And all the bickering that you guys do and annoying each other probably started in utero because Karen said there was a lot more kicking going on with you two than there was with Shelby. You're each other's best friends, and at a moment's notice, you're your worst enemies, but you each have your own true identity, your own personality, but you're probably branded in life as the twins or the boys. Shelby, you've always been like a little mother, or should I say, boss to them. I remember when you used to set up your kindergarten classroom in the playroom, and you had your lesson plan and your requirements for the class written out, which of course they didn't adhere to. And it was never Ari and Bryce. It was always, boys, pay attention, pay attention. That hasn't changed too much because the last few weeks, Shelby has been after them. And again, it's never Ari and Bryce. It's always, boys, when are you going to get serious? It's time to get serious. We only have 2 weeks left. When are you going to get serious? You always do your best to drive each other and me and Mom crazy and aggravate us all the time, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But I can't imagine what it's going to be like when you two turn 13 in a few months, and I'm going to have a house full of 6 months. All right, let's not get... Okay, and I have a house full of teenagers. Things are always hectic in our house between school activities, sports, and Hebrew, but maybe Rabbi Kaplan will help you with some postgraduate studies.
No, I'm good.
From going to Mets games to Temple basketball and football games since you were about 4, and participating in sports, a lot of our life revolves around them. Ari and Bryce have been playing various sports since kindergarten. I've been coaching them since then, and I'm so glad that they still allow me to. Shelby's first participation in the sports was a one and done. She gave soccer a try at 4,
was more interested in the playground and the swings, and that was it. When I asked her in kindergarten if she wanted to play t-ball, her response was, nah, I'm too much of a girly girl. I'm going to sweat too much. But a couple of years ago, she had a revelation that if she wanted to be a part of our household, she'd have to be a sports girl. And I think maybe she had some ulterior motives, but she started playing basketball. She tried out for the school team, played on that. She plays travel. She started playing field hockey last year, and I think has a very promising career as a goalie in front of her. But before basketball season started last year, she said, Dad, you always do everything for Ari and Bryce. You always coach them. You've never done anything for me. Will you help coach my basketball team? And I said, all right, let me check with Mike to see if he needs any help. He said, yes, it was my first foray into coaching girls, and it's a whole nother ball game. Enough said about that. As you're going to hear in their speeches, they have chosen to remember children of the Holocaust. And I'm so proud that they'll get into that in a little bit more depth, but I'm so proud that you have chosen to that with the growing sentiment of anti-Semitism worldwide. The Jewish people cannot let the world forget the atrocities of the Holocaust and the lives left, and it's up to this generation to remember the memory and keep it living on. The children of the Holocaust, you who have chosen to honor, never had the opportunity to experience what you are today, and I'm so proud that you have chosen this. They're going to be entwined with this special day, and their memory will live on forever in our family. And Bryce and Ari, I hope that you live to see another Mets World Series victory in your lifetime.
It's coming.
I was 9 when they won the World Series for the first time, and I thought, this is what it's going to be like every year. Little did I know what the last 50 years it's going to be ensuing. And Shelby, I hope you never see another Yankees World Series in your lifetime. Mazel tov.
Don't say.
Hey, are you the one talking? I'm so proud of you guys, what you've accomplished today, and again, you pulled it off. Good job. Oh.
If I can get through it. Don't worry, I printed much bigger than he did. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. First, I wanted to extend a warm welcome to all our family and friends that are here today to celebrate our family. The journey today was definitely a collaborative effort. Thank you to Rabbi Randy, Rabbi Kaplan, and Cantor Anna for helping us get to today safe and sound. And it was, as Bill said, it was no easy task, and Bill and I are eternally grateful to all of you. I also want to thank my family and friends for getting me through, I can't even talk, especially these last few weeks when I was unraveling just a little bit, and those of you who witnessed know what I'm talking about. You talked me off the ledge, kept me on task, and some even helped completed tasks for me. I also want to thank my work family for holding down the fort while I was spinning in a million different directions. It definitely takes a village. Bill, thank you for standing by me and helping execute the details. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank my amazing children. You did it! Yay! Now just a few short words about the Rosen 3. First, she's my daughter. To my amazing
Our favorite daughter.
My amazing firstborn, Shelby. I waited 41 years for you, and I'm so glad that I did. I could not ask for a more perfect daughter. You may make my head spin on a daily basis. And by the way, thank you, Mom, and I'm sorry. But I couldn't be more proud of the young woman you have become. In this crazy world we live in, you are learning to navigate very impressively. Keep doing you. I know
I'm not crying, I'm laughing.
I hope you know Dad and I will always have your back, and we couldn't be more proud of you today and every day. Now to my baby A. Great job today. I'm so proud of you and all the work you put in. I love the young man you are becoming. You are a great teammate to your basketball and lacrosse team. You're polite and considerate, usually when you're not at home. But at least that means Dad and I have done something half right. The rest is payback for us. You are my sweet boy, always saying love you and always asking how my day was. Although you and Bryce torture each other occasionally, I know you both have an unbreakable special bond that melts my heart. As you continue on this journey of growing up, continue to keep those good core values and they will serve you well. I love you. To my baby B. You are my bonus baby. I always wanted 3 or 4 children, but wasn't sure my dreams would ever be fulfilled. Dad had said 2 is perfect, man-to-man defense is always the best. But I got my wish when they told us they saw 2 heartbeats. Although you have taken us on a wild ride, your strength and perseverance through the worst of it is what gets us all through. People say, I don't know how you did it, but for us there was just no other way. If you could fight through all the hard things you have faced, so could we. You are funny and smart, and we are proud of you today and every day. Keep defying the odds, and you can accomplish anything. That's it. I made it.
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Peter and Richard together with Greg and Jason. Would you all rise, please? Guys, just stay right here.
All right, I'll stand here.
You may all be seated.
Our Torah service continues with the sharing of the Haftarah, the prophetic portion that is read on all Shabbatot and holidays.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbi'im tovim v'retzav v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo U'Yisrael amo u'Nvi'ei ha'emet v'Tzedek.
A certain man of Zorah, named Manoah, from the clan of the Danites, had a wife who was childless, unable to give birth. The angel of God appeared to her and said, "You are barren and childless, but you're going to become pregnant and give birth to a son. Now see to it that you drink no wine or other fermented drink, and that you do not eat anything unclean. You will become pregnant and have a son whose head is never to be touched by a razor, because the boy is to be a Nazarite dedicated to God from the womb. He will take lead in the delivering Israel from the hands of the Philistines." And the woman went to her husband and told him, "A man of God came to me. He looked like an angel of God. Very awesome. I didn't ask him where he came from, and he didn't tell me his name. But he said to me, 'You'll become pregnant and have a son. Now then, drink no wine, or rather fermented drink, and do not eat anything unclean, because the boy will be a Nazarite from the God till the day of his death.'" Then Manoah prayed to God, "Pardon your servant Adonai. I beg you to let that man of God you sent down to us come again to teach us how to bring up the boys to be born."
God heard Manoah, and the angel of God came again to the woman while she was out in the field. But her husband, Manoah, was not with her. The woman hurried to tell her husband, "He's here, the man who appeared to me the other day." Manoah got up and followed his wife. When he came to the man, he said, "Are you the man who talked to my wife?" "I am," he said. So Manoah asked him, "When your words are fulfilled, what is it to be the rule that governs the boy's life and work?" The angel of Adonai answered, "Your wife must do all that I have told her. She must not eat anything that comes from the grapevine, nor drink any wine or other fermented drink, nor eat anything unclean. She must do everything I have commanded her." Manoah said to the angel of Adonai, We would like you to stay until we prepare a young goat for you."
The angel of Adonai replied, "Even though you detain me, I will not eat any of your food. But if you prepare a burnt offering, offer it to God." Manoah did not realize that it was the angel of Adonai. Then Manoah inquired of the angel of God, "What is your name, so that we may honor you when your word comes true?" He replied, "Why do you ask my name? It is beyond understanding." Then Manoah took a young goat together with the grain offering and sacrificed it on a rock to the Lord. And God did an amazing thing while Manoah and his wife watched. As the flame blazed up from the altar toward heaven, the angel of God ascended in the flame. Seeing this, Manoah and his wife fell with their faces to the ground. When the angel of God did not show himself again to Manoah and his wife, Manoah realized that it was the angel of God. "We are doomed to die," he said to his wife. "We have seen God." But his wife answered, "If Adonai had meant to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor shown us all of these things, or now told us this." The woman gave birth to a boy and named him Samson. He grew and Adonai blessed him. And the spirit of Adonai began to stir him while he was in Machanah Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sor kol haolamim, sadik b'kol hadarot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer v'oseh, hamdaber u'mkayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzadek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'vodah ve'al ha'mavim ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha v'lenuchad, l'chavod u'tifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anak modim lach, u'mvarchim otah, yitbarach shimcha b'chiko hai, tomed le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha'shabbat. Amen.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the ark. To open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward all the aunts, Sharon and Jill, Jerry, and Danny. And let us rise, please.
Shalom.
You may all be seated.
Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom.
and welcome to our B'nai Mitzvah. I am excited this day is finally here, and I get to share it with my brothers as well as our family and friends. I am very happy my parents chose to join the congregation at Temple Har Shalom, and I am excited to be a bat mitzvah here. I hope to continue to learn and grow as a Jewish woman, and I am also looking forward to going to Israel through birthright. That will give me the amazing opportunity to see firsthand our Jewish homeland. My cousins have recently gone, and I have heard so many wonderful stories from them. Now I am going to tell you about some of my Torah portion and some lessons I have learned from it. Two important lessons from my Torah portion are lessons as a teenage girl I have been learning to navigate over the past few years. They are patience and jealousy. The portion teaches us that having patience results in much understanding, while impatience results in foolishness with our words and our actions. I have taken this to mean for any important decisions, you need to think things through, get advice when needed, and make sure you are in a calm state of mind when making these decisions. I found this to sometimes be a challenge, as patience is not always my strong suit. For example, I have been waiting for this day since I began Hebrew school, and you can ask my family. I have been quite impatient ever since we got our B'nai Mitzvah date. But as usual, my mom was right and all the details got done. The Parsha also states, a calm disposition assures physical health, but jealousy rots the bone. I understand that stress can affect you physically and mentally. I think my generation has a lot of pressure from school, from our peers, and the pressure that society places on us to do your best and be your best. Everyone's definition of best is different, so this can cause loss of appetite, insomnia, and depression. If we all just take a deep breath and take a look around this beautiful world and realize that family, health, and happiness are most important, our lives would be we would all be much happier people. There is no reason for anyone to be jealous, whether it is over materialistic things or how someone looks or where they live. We are all perfect just the way we are, and we all have good in us. If we use kind words towards each other and treat people the way we want to be treated and ignore the negativity, this world would be a better place. Part of the responsibility of becoming a bar bat mitzvah is giving back to our community. A mitzvah is a good deed, and although you don't do a mitzvah for praise or recognition, you do it for yourself and for your heart. Over the years, my mom has taught us about giving back through her school. We have helped raise money for various foundations, but one that is near and dear to our hearts is Make-A-Wish. We will be continuing to raise awareness and money for this amazing organization. As most of you are aware, Bryce was recently granted a wish through Make-A-Wish. Our entire family got to go on the journey, since we have been a part of his journey since he was born. This amazing organization grants wishes to children who have life-altering diseases. It allows them, if even for just a few moments, to be a regular kid. As a bat mitzvah and as I grow into adulthood in this Jewish community, I will continue to look for ways to support this noble cause. In addition to Make-A-Wish, my brothers and I have been learning about the Holocaust. We have learned that there is a special mitzvah project that allows us to keep the memory of a child that was a victim of the atrocities of the Holocaust alive. There is a special organization called Remember Us, which helps keep the names of these children in the present and in our hearts. Each name is only given out once, so now it is my responsibility to honor her in all I do and continually remember her throughout my life. Her name is Shoshana Rosen, and she was born in Zeromin, Poland in 1933. Shoshana died in the Holocaust at Auschwitz concentration camp in 1943. She was 9 years old. So when we get upset with our parents over silly things or have a disagreement with our family or our friends, we need to remember Shoshana and the millions of children like her who did not get to live long enough to become adults, and we need to realize that we should be grateful for everything we have. We should cherish each moment we can get to walk freely, go to school, go to temple or church, and to be with family and friends. It is my honor to represent Shoshana Rosen today and every day from here to eternity. I would like to thank Cantor Berman and Rabbi Mitznixie for helping me get to this day. I would also like to thank Cantor for sitting with us every week and teaching us everything we need to know. Thank you, Rabbi Kaplan, for tutoring us and again, getting us ready for today. Next, I would like to thank all my friends, especially those who listen to me talk about my bat mitzvah a lot. Thank you to my whole family for helping us with the details for today. I'm so grateful that both sides of my grandparents get to be here today, and thank you for all the support and love you give everyone. I would also like to thank the doctors at Morristown Hospital for keeping Bryce safe and alive during the hardest time of his life. Most of all, I would like to thank my parents. Dad, thank you for listening to us practice Hebrew and occasionally helping us, or helping us or getting impatient. Thank you for everything you do, from taking us to sport events and games to getting us food to all the vacations and everything in between, and for putting up with me these past 13 years. And thank you for being my #1 fan. Mom, thank you for always supporting me no matter what happens. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for not only being my mom, but my best friend. I love you both forever. When I found out I would be sharing this day with the boys, I was not excited. But now I would not want it any other way. I'm so grateful I got to share this special day with them. Through all the fighting about today, it was all worth it. And look, we did it. Thank you for sharing this day with me. You guys can be very annoying at times, but it's okay. I love you both so much. Now I would like to say a personal blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, to health and happiness to all my family and friends.
Shabbat Shalom. Today, as I become a bar mitzvah, I am excited to keep my family's Jewish traditions alive. I love celebrating all the Jewish holidays with all of my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Today is important to me because I'm officially becoming a Jewish adult. I know I still have a lot to learn about being an adult, but I know with my family's guidance, I will get there. I do have great role models to learn from. Memory is very important to the Jewish people. The Hebrew root word for memory occurs many times in the Torah. The Jewish people have a long and rich history. This history provides us with memories, some beautiful and some terrible, and others tragic. All are tools we use to learn from and grow from. They are what we base our lives and traditions on. We recently have been learning about the Holocaust, both in Hebrew school and Bedminster school. Although we are young and it is a little overwhelming to think about all the horrible things that happened during this time, Shelby, Bryce, and I were happy to learn about an important way to keep the memories alive of 3 special children. We are doing this by twinning with a child of the Holocaust. That means learning about as much of their story as is available and honoring them whenever possible. Today, we honor our twins by having our B'nai Mitzvah for Kurt, Shoshana, and Fritz. They were not old enough to be able to have one, so we're doing it for them. As you heard Shelby talk about, performing good deeds or mitzvahs is a very important part of being a strong Jewish adult. In addition to our support of various charities that are near and dear to us, such as Make-A-Wish and the American Heart Association, we are starting off with a very important mitzvah in our Remembrance Child. The child that was chosen for me is a special boy named Kurt Lowenberg. Kurt was a twin, born in a small town in Germany on May 30th, 1934. Kurt lived in Latvia with his family until they were moved to Auschwitz concentration camp, where he died at the age of 9 on November 2nd, 1943. As an adult, I am going to carry his memory with me, and I hope it helps guide me to make good choices as I move through life. I have a better understanding now of how lucky I am to be able to play all the things I do and play the sports I love. And be surrounded by my family and friends. I will use this memory to remind me when I feel bad that I don't have something that I want, and it's okay. I have so much more than most. It is even more special to me that Kurt was chosen because he is a twin. It makes me very sad to think of all the horror he and his twin went through. I will remember this when Bryce and I disagree and sometimes fight over silly things. Today is also special because I get to share it with my best friend and Shelby. I, I know how lucky I am to have a twin. We get to share our love of sports with my dad, and we get to go to a lot of great sporting events. Sometimes we let my mom and Shelby tag along, even though they're Yankees fans. Sorry, Nanny. I would like to start off by thanking Cantor Berman and Rabbi Mazinski for helping me throughout the whole process. I would also like to thank Rabbi Kaplan for all the amazing tutoring memories we have made. I always remember the cha. I would I would like to thank my friends for all the amazing memories we have made these past years and all of the memories to come. Next, I would like to thank my whole family for all the love and support. Both sets of grandparents. I am so happy you can be here today. Thanks for all the love and support. I love spending time with all of you. Shelby and Bryce, thanks for giving me all the support a brother and sister can give. When I found out I would be sharing with Shelby, I was not very happy. I was pretty mad, but it is perfect the way it is. Shelby, thank you for being the best sister I could ask for. Even though we don't get along, I want to thank you for everything you do. Bryce, I love you so much, and you are so brave and strong for all the things you have been through. I love you and would not want to be a twin with anyone else. For my personal blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. I wish for peace and happiness to all I know and those I don't. I hope the New York Lizards, Archers, and Johns Hopkins lacrosse, my favorite lacrosse teams, win the championship.
Take your time. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm becoming a bar mitzvah because it is important to my family's Jewish heritage. I'm looking forward to becoming a Jewish adult and all the responsibilities it brings. I am proud to be on this bima on this special day and share this honor with my brother, sister, and with all my family and friends. As most of you know, it has been a long journey to get to this day for me. From the time I was born, I'd spent 6 months in the hospital and had 4 open heart surgeries to having seizures. I have faced many challenges. With the help of amazing doctors and my strong support system, including many people in this room, I am able to stand up here and become a bar mitzvah. Our Torah portion also highlights the priestly benediction. In our modern time, Jewish parents will say these blessings to their children on Sabbath and while gently placing their hands on their child's head. The first blessing is for physical safety and well-being. My parents are always concerned with our physical safety, especially when we are playing sports. We must wear helmets, heart protectors, and pads to keep us safe, wearing seatbelts and wearing proper clothing for whatever the weather so we don't get sick. My parents make sure I always take my medicine to keep me safe. The second blessing is about making good choices in life and using knowledge and wisdom you learned from those that are older and wiser than you. I learn every day from my parents and grandparents, my teachers, sometimes even my brother and sister. No. I try to pay attention to those experiences so that I can make the best choice possible while I'm going to school, playing sports, or playing with my friends. The last blessing is to grant peace of mind as well as the mind of others. My parents always want peace between my brother, sister, and I. They support us and love us so that we can feel good about ourselves and be happy in our lives. I feel fortunate to have such an involved, loving family. I always want to make them proud and love and support, make me the person I am today. As I enter Jewish adulthood, I know my family and all of our traditions will help me be the best Jewish man I can be. I, like my brother and sister, have chosen to honor a child that was murdered in the Holocaust. I'm not sure the twin of Ari's child. My child is named Fritz Lowenberg. Fritz was born on May 30th, 1934 in Germany and died on November 2nd, 1943 in Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland. I will keep his memory alive by saying the Mourner's Kaddish, which is a prayer that Jews say for those that die. Shelby, Ari, and I will also be remembering them today with a yahrzeit, remembering the correspondence to our B'nai Mitzvah Day. Learning about these childs, especially Kurt, Fritz, and Shoshana, make me feel glad that I have my brother and sister. I also hope it will continue to remind me not to worry about the small things because I have my family, a home, friends, enough food to eat. These children live their short lives in terrible conditions. I, much more appreciative of all I have, and I am honored to remember Fritz and promise to keep his memory alive. Oops. Okay. Classic me. I would like to thank all of you for being a part of my life and being here on this special day. I want to thank Cantor Berman for her patience, especially with my brother and I, in helping us prepare for this day. I would like to thank Rabbi Randy for her wonderful support and teaching. I would also like to thank Rabbi Kaplan for tutoring us these past few months and being a wonderful Hebrew school teacher, and for the treats. I would like to thank all 4 of my grandparents for keeping our Jewish traditions alive for our family and being involved in our lives. And most of all, I would like to thank my parents for guiding me through life to this day to my last. From staying with me in the hospital to bringing me to doctor appointments to sports games, everything. I love you. Thank you both. Thanks you for both so much that I love you guys. I'm also grateful for my brother and sister are in my life and to share this day with me. Even though we may disagree sometimes, they're always there for me. I'm happy to have them to look up to. My personal blessing is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for health and happiness for my friends and family, and most importantly, for the Mets to win a World Series. I forgot to say something, but it didn't really come as a surprise. I can't find it. I'll just read it out of my head. So, I want to thank my mom and dad for everything they do, especially my mom, because I love her a lot. No hate. And thank you for always cooking dinner and all the other stuff you do. Even though you don't understand my sports, I still love you. And Dad, I love you so much. Thank you for all the amazing memories we have made, especially when you coached my sports teams and when I asked you to take pictures of me playing sports. I love you so much, and thank you for all the stuff you do.
Well, Shelby, Ari, and Bryce, there have been an awful lot of thank yous today, but the thank yous that we really need to express are the ones to the 3 of you. Thank you for bringing to our Bima a great sense of humor, wonderful inspiration, hard work and dedication, and above all, your spirits. And not only your own spirits, but of course the spirits of those 3 that you are remembering. I know that for all of us, perhaps I can speak and say, we do believe in miracles, because today, in so many ways, is truly a miracle. All of us can appreciate that statement in our own ways. Those of us who tutored you, those of us who taught you, those of us who birthed you and have raised you, and those who have taken care of you physically and spiritually and mentally. Indeed, it is a miracle. And if there were any wish that we could make, it would be to watch you grow up, to reach the age of our beloved ancestor Moses, who lived ad Me'av Esrim to 120. And that truly is our make-a-wish for all of you, with strength and well-being, with safety, always with fun, and always with appreciation for what you have accomplished, where you have come from, and where you are going. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Well, I think you all understand how much the three of them, together with their parents, mean to our congregation. So we have some gifts, some presentations to make to them. And there's been a very special man on our bima who is a member of our board of trustees and is responsible for literally our physical safety in the building. So we are very grateful to welcome forward Bruce Dobin.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom. It is my honor as a member of the Temple Har Shalom Board of Trustees to share in Shelby, Ari, and Bryce's B'nai Mitzvah service and present them with some very special gifts. I offer my heartfelt best wishes of Mazel Tov to all the family and friends who have gathered here this afternoon for this special simcha. Shelby, Ari, and Bryce, you have been an inspiration to us today, most notably through your mitzvah projects. As you can see by their mitzvah projects, that Shelby, Ari, and Bryce are wise, caring individuals beyond their years. You remind us of the important Jewish teaching that one person can change the world. We are fortunate that our future will be more secure because of the Jewish values you practice and emulate. As a token of our gratitude and hope in your future, we present you with your B'nai Mitzvah certificates, Kiddush cups to hold all of life's sweetnesses. This Kiddush cup has been specially designed for Temple Har Shalom. A $250 certificate for each of you from the North American Federation of Temple Youth. This can be used towards any NFTY Israel program. Certificates from the Bridgewater Jewish Community Center for a free year of teen membership for each of you. And from the Sisterhood of Temple Har Shalom, 3 trees have been planted in your names through the Jewish National Fund. You will receive a certificate from the JNF concerning the planting of trees in your honor. Shelby, Ari, and Bryce, may you enjoy the entire weekend in your honor. Mazel Tov. Congratulations.
Well, I think I know at least for Bryce, we have come to his favorite part of the service, the conclusion. So we are going to return to our prayer books, page 586, for our closing blessings and prayers. To open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome cousins Cammie, Marissa, Isabel, Eli, and Ruby to come forward, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני Vayovahu, vayovahu, Yeh Adonai Echad. Ushimo, Ushimo, Ushimo Echad.
And now we're going to bless you with that very same blessing that's in your Torah portion and that Shelby chanted so beautifully directly from those words.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God shine upon you and always be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God grant you a long life filled with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say. Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing, for at this time in our service, as we do each and every time we come together as a community, we remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On this Shabbat, we commemorate the Yortzites, the anniversaries of those who died at this season in years past, as we remember Rena Berger, Elias Braunstein, Yetta Braunstein, Carol Feinstein Bush, Beatrice Cohen, Harvey Cohen, May Feldman, David Frischman, Matilda Glogover, Stephen Lewis Hirsch, Seymour Jacobson, Harry Kaufman, Lillian Lerner, Stephanie Pinson, Shirley Rosoff, and Edward Rudnitsky. And always on the morning of B'nai Mitzvah, we remember those family members upon whose shoulders our B'nai Mitzvah stand, and that today we remember Reuben and Anna Gottlieb, Sylvia and Milton Fisher, Roberta Kraft, David and Eva Plotkin, Alice and Herman Rosen, and Dolly and Bert Plotkin. All of our memories of our beloved are with us, and because we don't want any mourner to ever stand alone, for those who are remembering loved ones in recent days and in years gone by, and for all those in the American Armed Forces and the Israel Defense Forces who have given their lives in defense of our nation and the land of Israel, we recite the Kaddish prayer on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemay Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechona v'yomechona v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei omaya, Yitbarak v'yishtavak v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudusha brechu le'olam mimkol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imru amen Yehei shlama rabba mim shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru. Amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say.
Amen.
Amen. And you may be seated. Not you three. Come on up. I know that you are all invited to join us downstairs as the celebration will begin. Please be careful. The stairway is a bit narrowed as we are under construction right now. And for those who would be more comfortable, you can certainly make your way outside and around the building into the entrance. We hope that there will be many more happy Jewish occasions that will bring you back into our midst. And at this time, we always end our service with the blessing of the wine and under the challah, wishing Shelby, Ari, and Bryce sweetness in life and much great bounty. So each of you grab a Kiddush cup, go down and join your grandpas and your grandparents. And just so you know, it's all juice.
So please
and
join
here
us.
we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please feel free to wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and greet the family.